Hey everyone, it's day one of the fast or day two of the fast. It's confusing now as yesterday was day zero. But the first official day as I started fasting today, I haven't eaten anything. I've not even really drunk anything apart from this bottle of soy milk that I was drinking yesterday, which I figured I'd finish off since it opened. So I haven't had any juice and I haven't started on the water, but I do have about 3 liters of orange juice plus some oranges that I can break down, juice them, and start off on a day of orange juice. I think once I finish the soy milk today, I'm going to have the one smoothie from that one persimmon that I have. After that, should be into the next day. So I'm gonna do a day of orange juice, considering heading out tomorrow to the market, see if I can find some grapes. Should be able to find a couple of trays of grapes for a reasonable price. I've managed to get a tray of 10 punnets of grapes for £4 before. So if I can get a couple of trays, that would do a day's worth of juice for £8, which is relatively cheap considering it's freshly squeezed juice. So if I can get a good deal tomorrow, and I should be having grape juice. And going to see if I can find some watermelon. It's not looking as likely for the watermelon. There's definitely no big ones about at the moment. So anything that I do get would probably not be so cost effective on having a full day of watermelon. But you don't know until you look. So I'll try and keep with the optimism as I'm not really expecting anything. Just gonna make that tomorrow's adventure. Job search has been a bit slow, to be honest. I haven't managed to find anything that looks really promising. There are a few interesting things. There's a couple of local things that I found, one of which would only be working 10 hours a week, which should at least have some money coming in while I do the videos in the rest of the time. It wouldn't be a bad idea to get through the Christmas period. So I'll be going down to apply for that in person tomorrow and see what happens. The rest of the stuff that I found hasn't looked very doable, and I've tried to keep to realistic views on it. So I've applied for the universal credit, which you can get in England, in the UK, which is the equivalent of a job seekers allowance. I think there is a new job seekers allowance that they're doing in the UK now, but they were at one point trying to get everyone onto universal credit. So there's a few jobs there, but at least I got myself signed up. So if nothing materializes before Christmas, I at least won't be completely skint. Been catching up on sleep a little bit. You don't realize how much you're drained of energy until you have time to lay down and rest. And I think it was much needed rest. Uh, Probably going to be bursting with energy next week. Well, depending on how the fast goes, won't be ingesting anything but water. So, yeah, that should be interesting. I felt a couple of hunger pains, a little bit of the feeling of your stomach realizing that it's empty. It starts growling. Tell you that you need to go find some food. I've just been burying myself into work and searching for things like jobs or the topics that I'm researching, and just doing that has kept my mind off of it. So I've not really been suffering as such. It's usually a lot worse when you're doing a fast. The first 2 days, they reckon, are the worst, and it gets really awkward. The hard part is getting past the second week. Once you go past 2 weeks, then it is pretty much never ever going to be that hard again. A lot of people can't make it to the 2 week barrier without something going wrong. Uh, Personally, have not made it past 5.5 days on water without something going wrong for me. So, be looking forward to being able to get past that barrier, to break through that threshold. But it's only the beginning of the fast, so I wasn't expecting to see any results today. The fast can get you some decent results within 24-hour period, but if you've done fasting before, it won't be as noticeable until you get past a few days. I noticed Wikipedia have a planets in astrology page which has been updated recently. It looks quite incredible. A lot of information gathered there. Looks very organized and easy to understand. So I've been enjoying myself looking through, seeing if there's any new information which I hadn't yet considered or seen elsewhere. And noticed as well that the word media backwards would be a-idem. Idem is a Latin word which means when something's the same, usually used in legalese, in legal documentation, and shortened to id rather than idem. So a idem, bad grammar I know, should be an idem. But a idem being media backwards and referring to more of the same. Thought it was quite interesting. Nothing really spectacular jumping out of it just yet, but definitely was worth noting. A few other things that I found were interesting enough to say for other videos, so got some more videos on the way. One of them to do with etymology of the word humor, which is related to liquids and bodily fluids. So I'm gonna put that into a proper presentation before I throw it onto a video. Otherwise, just gonna be a slow day today. It's gonna catch up on some rest, do a bit more research, and probably get an early night. And tomorrow can be a much bigger day. So yeah, hopefully this is as low energy as the fasting will get. I'm used to doing the juice fasting. I know that I'm always fasting full of energy. It'd be interesting now on mainly water fast to see how it goes. Just finished re-editing the links and dinks of the Fool after removing the Saturn section from it and making it into the links and dinks of Saturn video. So that's now been reordered. It's finished and ready to record. And providing the editing doesn't take all week, that should be here very soon. Fasting is, of course, a very natural way for animals in the wild. If they get ill, they stop eating or drinking until they recover. It's nature's way of giving the body time to correct itself, to fix the problem. What I'll be doing is quite unnatural, as it's not natural for a living being to go for an extended period of time without food. It's something that is an extreme measure, something that's done when you've been living in extreme conditions for years, which I think all of us are. If you're someone with a standard Western diet, or the SAD diet, they call it in America, the standard American diet, chances are you've done a lot of damage to your body over the years. It's not going to be easy to repair. It's going to be more than just a couple of days away from food. It's going to take a deep clean. You give your stomach and all of the workers in there an extended break, to a point where they get bored and restless, start tidying up, start cleaning up the temple, repairing all of the old things that need attention. And at the same time, I'm looking at doing that myself. Let's go about cleaning up anywhere where I happen to be. Just do my best to give a hand in tidying up, making it so that every day things just get a little bit better. So, not much to report today. Hopefully, as time goes on, as this fast progresses, you get to see me looking a lot cleaner and healthier. And by the end, I'm hoping a lot brighter, lighter, and happier, closer to a spiritual level. One where the inspiration comes very clearly. Really easy to overlook thoughts will make all of the hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. A magical place where everything feels connected and you can feel every connection. Be looking forward to getting there. And I hope you're going to be there watching with me. And thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.